Hey guys, hold on. Let me fix my camera here. Um, so I'm sitting here. I just finished my Bible reading, and I don't even know if I'm going to show this video or not. I've always struggled with talking about God and my faith on YouTube, and so I've kind of bounced it back and forth. But I've like played it out in my head, like how, like for example, how in the Bible, it talks about how the God's people, Israel loved God and they followed God and they did everything God wanted and they were completely blessed. And then the next generation would come by and they kind of, some worshiped God and some started going to other forms of worship and started turning their back on God. And then another generation would come and they really didn't know who God was, and they did ways that completely upset him. And it happens, it's like the first generation sees the miracles that God does firsthand, and the second generation hears about the miracles, and the third generation doesn't know about the miracles at all and just hasn't heard anything. So basically over time it kind of fades. And in the Bible it does it again and again and again. Then God comes in, he punishes the Israelites and allows, Babylon to come in and take them, or whoever to come in and destroy them and break them down. They all come back to God and he forgives them, and it starts a cycle all over again. I haven't seen that firsthand, but I feel like that not my generation. My generation heard of the miracles. So like a lot of the miracles from the Jesus movement of the 70s, my generation heard about everything that went on, and the healings and all that stuff, all the stuff, all of God's work. So I'm kind of the second generation. The third generation is Jack Jr.'s generation, where you know everything's, anything you want to do, it goes, as long as you're not hurting anybody. Do whatever you want. And that's kind of the aspect. It's like none of them really know who God is. If there's any sign of God, it's being rewritten and removed. They're trying to, the country was brought up on Christian standards, and they're trying to rewrite history. They're trying to remove it from textbooks. They're trying to put in the stuff that is completely against what God wants for us. And so I'm watching the next generation be that generation that doesn't know God. And I'm wondering, what exactly is God going to allow to happen? I don't know. Is America going to crumble? Is China going to come in and ask for their money back? Are we going to get attacked? There's something, and I may not see it in my lifetime, but I feel like I'm the second generation that heard about the miracles. I've been fortunate enough to build a relationship with God that I've seen firsthand miracles in my life, and I'm not going to get into that. That's a whole nother video. Like I say, I don't even know if I'm going to put this video up. I just had to say this and get it on video. But so I worry about our kids. I worry about that next generation, the whole thing, and I wonder what's going to happen, what's going to come. That's all. And it is in God's hands. And then I also wonder about atheism. I think about atheism. I'm like, even, I think about what kind of future, there's always got to be a reason to do what you do. There's a reason why you live. But do you want to, I think about, well, atheists must want to leave something behind, like a legacy. But I mean, they're not going to be alive. They're not going to exist in their mind. They're not going to exist anymore when they die. And so, I mean, you're not even going to be around to enjoy whatever you've left behind. You're not even going to know if it got left behind. You're literally going to be nothing. You're never going to exist again, ever, 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 forever. And you're done. You're gone. And I thought, wow, that's not even a thought process I want to go down. I came to God literally with the fear of death and being nothing. I did not like the atheistic road. I wanted to live for a reason, and in my heart, so I came and I explored God. I didn't really have firsthand experience with my faith and miracles and being able to hear Him speak to me and all that stuff, but So I explored with the fact of I need something to live for. I need a reason to live. I don't want to live so that everything I've done means nothing and I never exist again forever. That idea just is just not in my plans. So, uh, so bottom line is, I've always believed there was a God. I always believed God existed. When I was a little boy in bed, I'd have conversations with him and talk to him and stuff. Not always because I needed something, but I always believed he existed. I just never, knew whether it was Christianity or anything else. There were so many religions out there. So anyway, so I've always believed that we were designed and created. I believe that scientists may be right with the Big Bang theory, but that the Big Bang was by God. That's how we all became created instantly by an explosion, snap of his fingers, and boom. Uh, I almost believe there's a cross section between God and science, and that some of what science is trying to prove existed because of God, but it did exist. So anyway, that's a whole nother. I don't want to get into the science end of it all, but I just thought I'd lay this down and I would just say, if you want to explore God, explore God. Um, I wouldn't say test him or challenge him, but try to see, you know, do your own homework and start reading the Bible and start seeing if you don't see signs of what's in the Bible, what's happening today. It's repeated itself in the Bible a million times, again and again and again. They stray from God, they get punished, they come back to God. That's kind of how a parent is too. With your kid. Sometimes your kid kind of strays from you, and you got to put your foot down, and he comes back in line, or she comes back in line. So anyway, like I don't know if I'm posting this. I've always refrained from talking about it, but I felt heavily moved. I just finished my Bible reading and drinking my coffee, and these thoughts were just in my head, just piled in there, and I just thought I'd lay it all down. So you might see this video, you might not. I'm not. I have no hard feelings against anybody who doesn't believe in God, but I ask that you explore it, at least do your homework, and you know, and if you want to know if God exists, give him a chance and see him work in your life, because my life has not been better than with God working in my life. So that's about it. I'm rambling now, so I'm gonna sign off. But thanks for listening, and we'll see if I put this video up or not. I'm gonna have to sit here and struggle with that one. So take care, you guys. I care about you guys. That's why I talk about these things. But that's it. You won't hear me talk about this on the cooking show, not to this depth. You know, I'm there for people all the time, no matter what. Whether you believe in God or you don't believe in God yet, or you never will believe in God, I'm still here for you, no matter what, because that's what I want to be. I want to be a servant's heart. All right. Take care. Bye bye.